Video games and life. So there's two basically competing viewpoints that I want to try to reconcile or at least discuss. So one is that video games kind of like remove you from life and make it more difficult to cope with life because you're just living in a fantasy world. So that's the idea of like the person that can't hold a job, all they do is play video games all day. They're not building up their social skills, can't relate to people that well. So that's one idea. The opposite side is that the video skills are teaching you not only hand-eye coordination, which helps like with pilots, a lot of other occupations, simulations. Video games are like simulations for work. A lot of workplaces actually have video game training and simulations to teach certain skills. Video games is like educational, that we, video games for students to learn things, new ideas, video games for ideas. So that can be applied to almost any profession. Or video games is also like social skills training. Video games is kind of like coding skills. Video games as learning about incentives in life. So I want to talk about something which I call video game life. That just like in video games, to succeed, you have to learn how to master the incentives. That the same thing is true in life. You have to learn how to master your own incentives. That's called self-discipline or self-control. And then you have to learn how to relate to other people, to have incentives in the world. So video games could be either one, depending upon, I think, how they're used. They could be kind of an escape from reality where you just tune everything out and you don't care about the world. Or it could be kind of like a preparation for reality where you learn to build the skills and the incentives and the knowledge and the self-awareness. Just like you could have dedication to life, you could have dedication to a video game and building up your skills. So what determines whether the video game is adaptive or the opposite of adaptive, whatever that is? I think it's like anything in life. Like you could use things in a good way or a bad way. And I like to hear other people's opinions about, what makes video games adaptive versus not adaptive. I think that if you kind of like keep things in balance and if you kind of like use things as a tool rather than a crutch, like, in life you always have to be going to the next level and doing whatever is required to get to the next level. So if you kind of face whatever you need to face, then it's to your benefit. Like if you use a video game to work out a weakness or to educate yourself, then it's a benefit. But if you use a video game to hide from life, to avoid doing what you have to do, then it's not a strength, it's a weakness.